טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד.
Shabbat Shalom. Welcome to this special Shabbat, Shabbat Shira, a Shabbat of song. It is also Tu B'Shvat, the birthday of trees, of flowering, of new life of the spring. Here in snow-covered Chicago, it's nice to imagine that the spring is on its way and that there is warmth and light. And so we enter Shabbat with the blessing of light. Blessing for our Shabbat candles as we join together in this prayer.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu לחדליקנה של Shabbat. On this Shabbat Shira, this Shabbat of song, we turn now to words from the Song of Songs, Kol Dodi, the voice of my beloved. And another line in this text that we'll sing is the time for spring has come. I don't know if you can hear the ice sliding off the roof here at Sukkot Shalom, but perhaps that is a sign both of spring and of singing to come in Kol Dodi.
Hark, my beloved comes over the mountain, running and leaping and dancing my way. They run to the window and peer through the curtain. Rise up, my love, let's go away. Hark, my beloved comes over the mountain, running and leaping and dancing my way. They run to the window and peer through the curtain. Rise up, my love, let's go away. The light of the sun's here to stay, and the rain, she is gone, and the winter is done, and the time for singing is come. Hark, my beloved comes over the mountain, running and leaping and dancing my way. They run to the window and peer through the curtain. Rise up, my love, let's go away. song. Sing unto God and to all sing along. All the earth a new song unto God. Shiru Adonai Kol Haaretz. Shiru Adonai Shir Chadash. Shir Chadash. Shir Chadash. Shabbat Kabbalah Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala Penei Shabbat Kabbalah Boi Vishalom Ateret Bala Kam Besimcha
We prepare now to praise God who's to be praised, praising God who's to be praised now and forever. We normally would stand, but we may sit up a little straighter, elevate ourselves, elevate our spirit to be standing within the heavenly court, if you will. Baruch hu et Adonai hamvorach, Baruch Adonai hamvorach, the Olam Va'ed. Shema Yisrael.
Shem Kevod Malchuto, Leolam, Leolam Va'ed. Yai, lai, lai, la, 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 yai, lai, lai, lai. Yai, lai, lai, la, 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 la. Yai, lai, lai, la, 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 yai, lai, lai, lai. Yai, lai, lai, la, 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 la. You shall love with all of your heart, your soul, and with all of your might. You shall teach your children to love and to know what is right. Yai, lai, lai, la, 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 yai, lai, la, lai, lai. Yai, lai, lai, la, 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 la. Yai, lai, lai, la, 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 yai, lai, la, lai, lai. Yai, lai, lai, la, 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 lai.
This Shabbat of Shabbat Shira is tied always to the Torah portion of Bishalach. It is during this Torah portion that we read the story of the children of Israel crossing the Red Sea, the Sea of Reeds. And they're singing that first song, Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, who is like you among the gods, O Eternal One. The Torah itself, the writing, the calligraphy, opens up, and the letters become spread out, more open, as if the sea itself was opening up. The story of the Red Sea tells us that the children of Israel sang joyfully with this first miracle. They sang so beautifully that the angels on high wanted to sing as well. They were singing because they had survived. They had survived the attack of the Egyptian army with its chariots and horses. And after coming on dry land, the sea once more returned to its place, and the charioteers, the soldiers of Egypt, died. But the children of Israel celebrated that victory. And the song was so infectious that the angels in heaven started singing along with them. And God silenced the angels. God said, it is fine for the children of Israel to sing with joy. But those are also my children who are drowning. And you who are angels, who are with me in heaven, should not be singing with that sense of joy. My children have perished as well. Mi chamocha.
Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi chamocha nedar b'kodesh, mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi chamocha nedar b'kodesh, nora tehilot osefele, nora tehilot osefele. Kamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh, mi kamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh, nora tehilot כמוך בעלים אדוני, מי כמוך נהדר בקודש, מי כמוך בעלים אדוני, מי כמוך נהדר בקודש, נורא תהי Lord, עושה פלא, נורא תהי Lord, עושה פלא. השכיבנו אדוני אלוהינו לשלום, לשלום, והעמידנו שומרנו לחיים, ופרוס עלינו סוכת שלומך, ופרוס עלינו סוכת שלומך. Shelter us beneath thy wings, O Adonai. Guard us from all harmful things, O Adonai. Keep us safe throughout the night, till we wake with morning's light. Teach us, God, wrong from right. Amen. 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 Amen.
Adonai sfatai tiftach ufi yagid tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Let's straighten up in our chairs or on our couches or at our dining room tables. Sit up a little straighter and take a moment for our own silent reflection and meditation. פתח ליבי בתורתך, פתח ליבי בתורתך, ובמצוותיך, ובמצוותיך. Teardov nafshi, asel man shema.
Toratecha, aseh leman Toratecha.
Shabbat Shalom. As you know, tonight is Shabbat Shira, the Shabbat on which we read the story of the Exodus from Egypt, the famous moment where the sea parts and the Israelites cross on dry land and sing together the words of Mi Chamocha, a song of hope, freedom, and redemption. But before that, at the very beginning of the portion, there's a part of the story that you might not be as familiar with. We read that on his way out of Egypt, Moses took with him the bones of our dead patriarch Joseph. Here, at this frantic moment of escape, when the Israelites are preparing to flee, we learn that Moses thinks to retrieve the bones of Joseph. If you're remembering back to the story of the Exodus that we read in our Passover Haggadah, you might be wondering, if the Israelites didn't even have time for their bread to rise, how did Moses have time to exhume the bones of Joseph and take them with him? The Israelites were given no notice and had to flee with only what they could carry. They didn't even have enough time to bake their bread, so they carried their raw dough on their back, which turned into the matzah that we still eat on Passover today. And yet Moses thought to retrieve Joseph's bones. I'm sure many of you are asking why. The answer is in our Torah. At the end of the book of Genesis, Joseph on his deathbed spoke to his brothers and the children of Israel, saying that one day God will remember them and bring them out of the land of Egypt to the promised land. Joseph made the children of Israel promise, when God has taken notice of you, you shall carry up my bones from here. Promise becomes a key word here in our text. The Hebrew text repeats the word promise, indicating that Joseph made them vow repeatedly to not leave him in Egypt, the land of bondage. Which brings me to a 17th century Torah commentary. The commentator notes that the word for bones, atzmot, in Hebrew is connected to the word for essence, etzem. Moses did not leave Egypt with merely a casket full of bones. He also left Egypt having acquired Joseph's essence. As Moses and the Israelites were about to embark on their trying 40-year journey in the wilderness, Moses kept the promise he made to Joseph that he too would be part of the journey back to the promised land. The bones are symbolic of Joseph's story, his dedication to his family despite great struggle, his leadership abilities, and his faith. Sometimes it's uncanny how our weekly Torah portion mirrors real life. It seems to me, as I've watched millions now get their coronavirus vaccinations, while we're not all singing a song of freedom and liberation just yet, it feels like we're on the precipice of freedom. There is a light at the end of this tunnel. I feel it. And unlike our biblical ancestors, we do have a bit of time to prepare for what's coming next, to gather what we wish to carry out of this pandemic, to dream of what we will gain on the other side, and to tap into the essence of what we hope to bring with us into the post-pandemic world. The reality is that even when we return to, quote, normal life, it will not be like pre-pandemic. This episode has changed us. The world will be different on the other side. But nonetheless, there are surely things that we all feel would be worthwhile preserving, as well as things we would like to leave here on this shore. Just as Joseph made the children of Israel vow to bring his bones out of Egypt, we too must make a promise to ourselves and to each other as we begin to even see the light at the end of this pandemic. We must think about our collective responsibility and the promises that we must make as a community and society. What is the essence of this period of time that we hope to carry with us on our journey? For me, it's things like eating dinner with my family every night. I hope to carry that with me. It's finding new ways to connect as a synagogue and Jewish community. I want to take that with us even post-pandemic. It's realizing how interconnected we all are. I want to remember that too. It's with both these individual and communal promises that will allow us to enter into a newfound freedom while not forgetting what we've learned throughout this period of struggle. Shabbat Shalom.
As we celebrate Shabbat Shira as well as Tu B'Shvat this evening, I thought it would be appropriate to include a sing-along song about the environment. And I could think of no better synthesis of those two ideas than John Prine's Paradise. So please do join me in singing along in your homes to this song.
When I was a child, my family would travel down western Kentucky where my parents were born. There's a backwards old town that's often remembered so many times that my memories are worn. And Daddy, won't you take me back to Muhlenberg County, down by the Green River where paradise lay? Well, I'm sorry, my son, but you're too late in asking. Mr. Peabody's coal train is holding away. Sometimes we travel right down the Green River to the abandoned old prison down by Airdrie Hill, where the air smelled like snakes and we'd shoot with our pistols, but empty pop bottles was all we would kill. Daddy, won't you take me back to Muhlenberg County, down by the Green River where paradise lay? Well, I'm sorry, my son, but you're too late in asking. Mr. Peabody's coal train is holding away. Then the coal company came with the world's largest shovel. They tortured the timber and stripped all the land. Well, they dug for their coal till the land was forsaken. They wrote it all down as the progress of man. Daddy, won't you take me back to Muhlenberg County, down by the Green River where paradise lay? Well, I'm sorry, my son, but you're too late in asking. Mr. Peabody's coal train is holding away.
We think of all of our loved ones whom death has recently taken from us, those who died at the season in years past, and those whom we have drawn into our hearts with our own. On this Shabbat, we recall especially those whose yortzites occur during this time and during this season. Recall all of their names with a sense of gratitude, of reverence, and abiding love. Recall the beloved memories of Willis W. Woody Wick, Annette Brill, Benjamin Hirsch McShane, Joanne S. Crown, Nanette Rogers, Maury B. DeCosta, Edwin J. DeCosta, Meyer Strasberg, Byron Novitsky, Lisa Cohen, Yvonne Soar, Maurice Crafton, Anne Bialis, Bernard Wolfe, Zecher tzadikim livracha, may the memory of the righteous be an abiding blessing. And together we say the mourner's Kaddish. Yikadal v'yikadash shemei rabbah. Bialma divra chirutei v'yamlich malchutei. B'chayechon uvyomechon, uvchayedecho beit Yisrael. Bagala uvizman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shmei rabbah mevorach leolam almaya. Yiparach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh. Yitadar v'yit'aleh v'yit'alau. Shemei dukudusha barichu. Leila min kol birchata v'shirata. Tushbachata v'nechamata. Damiram bi'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shamaya. V'chaim aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mramav. Hu ya'aseh shalom. Aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael v'imru amen. May the source of peace grant peace to all who mourn, comfort to all who are bereaved. Amen.
Oseh shalom b'mramav, hu ya'aseh shalom. Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imeru amen. Shabbat Shalom. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. We hope that you have a Shabbat of rest and a Shabbat of peace. Let's sing together the words of John Prine's Paradise one last time.
Daddy, won't you take me back to Muhlenberg County, down by the Green River where paradise lay? Well, I'm sorry, my son, but you're too late in asking. Mr. Peabody's coal train is hauled it away.